the most expensive car collection in the world. The adage rich people love their toys applies to car collectors. The wealthy, whether they are members of royalty, business moguls, or celebrities, adore buying and collecting cars. The newest supercars, as well as classic cars and rare car types, are in many people's impressive collections. Many of the finest auto enthusiasts in the world have also invested a significant sum of money. This is to maintain, repair, and refurbish their vehicles. They want to keep them in flawless, museum-quality condition. Here's our take on the most expensive car collection in the world. Welcome back to Meraki Dreamluxe, the place where your luxury visualization comes to life. If you are new here and want to stick around for more videos like this, make sure to click the like and subscribe buttons. Also, hit the bell button to get a notification whenever we post a new video. To name it, the world's largest car collection belongs only to the Sultan of Brunei. One of the wealthiest people in the world is Hassan al-Bolkiah. He's known as the 29th Sultan of Brunei. His authority over this little Asian country, which contains some of the world's largest oil and gas reserves, is what has made him so wealthy. The second longest reigning monarch after Queen Elizabeth II is the Sultan himself. He resides in the world's largest palace, 1,788 rooms, including 57 baths. He used to hold the title of richest man in the world before Bill Gates surpassed him. He was crowned Sultan in 1967, and soon after taking the throne, he began to amass his car collection. A sizable chunk of his estimated $30 billion personal net worth is in his collection of cars. It's difficult to determine exact figures of the Sultan and his family because they are secretive with their purchases. Yet, it's believed that the Sultan has around 7,000 cars with a combined value of over $5 billion. The Sultan was well known for purchasing many vehicles at once during his peak car buying years in the 1990s. His purchases have accounted for approximately half of Rolls-Royce's output during that time. The Sultan of Brunei started to run out of money in 1998. He had to liquidate some of his possessions to pay his debts. While many of the luxury cars he bought in his prime are still in his family's hands, his purchasing power has decreased since then. A few cars are released from the collection and sold on the open market, some with 0 mileage on their odometers. But there are many more that are still hidden away in Bruneian storage facilities, some never seen by anyone and only known through a few pixelated images. The Sultan's collection of ultra-exclusive automobiles is still unrivaled, despite the fact that he may not be as well known in the automotive industry as he once was. Let's take a look at the most expensive, rare, and unique cars in his collection of cars. His Rolls-Royce collection is the largest. The 600-car Rolls-Royce fleet includes unique and top-secret cars, like the Royale, Majestic, and Cloud Zeek, which are all massive and opulent limousines. His rarest collection of Rolls-Royce include 24-karat gold-plated Rolls-Royce. On the day of his wedding, the Sultan traveled in a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur 2 stretch limousine. But to make it appropriate for a king, he had pure 24-karat gold coated over the entire vehicle. It cost $14 million for it. Rolls-Royce Phantom 6. Up until the early 1990s, this car was only available by special order. The body alone requires about 800 hours to create. The Sultan of Brunei was among its most ardent backers in addition to the British monarchy. He had 2 of the Rolls-Royce Cloudesque boots especially made for him. He modified the boot to resemble a Rolls-Royce Silver Seraph. Rolls-Royce Phantom 2 Continental, Star of India. The Highness of the Thakur Sahib of Rajkot City in British India once owned this 1934 Rolls-Royce. With a price tag of $14 million, it's the most expensive Rolls-Royce in the entire world. It set a world record for the most expensive car ever sold at auction when the Sultan purchased it. coming to his most exclusive collection of Mercedes-Benz. CLK GTR by Mercedes-Benz AMG. In the middle of the 1990s, Mercedes-Benz wanted to compete in the most intensive GT racing. Yet, doing so would cause a suitable car for the FIA GT Championship. At the time, homologation regulations required Mercedes-Benz to produce 25 road-legal versions of their race car, but in the end, 26 ended up being produced. Only 6 of those 26 CLK GTRs were roadsters. And of those 6, only one was right-hand drive. The Sultan of Brunei bought that particular model. It had a purple leather interior and custom seats because the standard ones, according to rumors, were too small for him. Gold Mercedes-Benz C63. On the surface, it doesn't seem like the C63 AMG would be a significant part of the Sultan's collection, but by no means is this a typical C63. The Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG owned by the Sultan is 24-karat gold-plated. The Sultan tends to like making things personal in some way if the car model isn't unique enough. There are no noteworthy mechanical distinctions between this car and the ordinary model. But the Sultan's is gold, and that is enough. Mercedes-Benz S73T AMG wagon. No, this model wasn't created for dull, peasant drivers. Mercedes-Benz manufactured this vehicle only for the Sultan of Brunei. In fact, he has 10 of these. The AMG wagon is a W140 Mercedes-Benz S-Class that has been converted into a wagon. Its 7.3-liter V12 engine produces 565 horsepower. Among his more than 450 Ferraris, the Ferrari Mythos and Ferrari FX are among his rarest collections. Ferrari Mythos. The Ferrari Mythos was another concept car manufactured in 1989 that wasn't meant to be bought by the general public. The Sultan had 2 of them manufactured for himself, each with a top speed of 290 kilometers per hour. Ferrari FX. 6 of the 9 FX produced worldwide, of which the Sultan of Brunei has acquired 6, are in existence. It is particularly unusual because the creation was specifically for the Sultan. Ferrari modified the 512M by disassembling it and replacing its body with Pininfarina's more curved design. Then, a gearbox designed for the Formula One vehicle was installed in it. Bentley Java. In 1994, Bentley dazzled speculators at the Geneva Motor Show with the Java concept. The autocar described as a junior Bentley with Cosworth V8 power. The vehicle was created with a more contemporary audience in mind than the company's other models. Yet, it was never meant to be put into production. Instead, it was created as a design study to inform future production models. The Sultan described that he wanted to get the Ferrari after seeing the show in 1994. When he approached Bentley about producing a limited number of units, they agreed. Thus, 6 coupes, 6 wagons, and 6 convertible models were produced. Aston Martin V8 Vantage Special Series 2. The Sultan of Brunei and his brother, Prince Geoffrey, ordered a line of vehicles known as the Aston Martin V8 Vantage Special Series 2. Unofficially, Zagato created the body, which was intended to be a more contemporary rendition of the iconic DB4 Zagato from the 1960s. The V8 Vantage V600 served as the Special Series' second foundation, giving the cars the same 600 horsepower from a twin supercharged 5.3-liter V8. There were 3 vehicles ordered, and in addition to the V600 drivetrain, they had improved brakes and suspension. The McLaren F1 LM. The McLaren F1 LM is called the greatest car ever produced and the most excellent race car of all time by auto aficionados and lovers alike. It was bound to attract the Sultan of Brunei's attention from the outset. The McLaren F1 LM, which was created to commemorate the 5 F1 race cars that finished the 1995 24 Hours of Le Mans, was only ever made in 5 copies. Along with one of the 3 McLaren F1 GTs, the Sultan produced 3 of them. According to McLaren, the vehicles were created with a few road-legal alterations as workable to be like the GTR race car as possible. The F1 LM is one of the most expensive cars in the world because of its rarity and significance as one of the pinnacle versions of such a renowned vehicle. Assuming the Sultan has preserved all 3 of his F1 LMs in fine condition and that one example sold at auction in 2019 for $19.8 million, they are each valued approximately $60 million. Thank you for watching. We will be back with another great and exciting new video soon.